Got this Generac power washer that won't run unless the choke is fully open. I got a suspicion that the carburetor is pretty much shot or full of stuff, so I'm going to take that off and see what it looks like. For today's DIY, I'm using a ratchet with a 10mm socket, a pair of needle nose pliers, Phillips head screwdriver, a pair of vice grips or some mechanism to pinch the gas tube, a pair of gloves, a container to catch some gas or overspill. You're going to need a 10mm socket head and a bucket, kind of catch some of the fluid that might come out. Make sure that the gas is turned off. Let's get in there and take that out. There we go. Make sure you're wearing gloves. The gas kind of running out. And take this other bolt off too. Oh, there it goes. Well, it's not too bad. It's kind of got some crap in there. Pretty sure that stuff's floating around on the inside, making the generator not run properly. So, easiest thing for me to do instead of taking the carburetor off and rebuilding is just buy another one. They're about $15 to $20. So let's get to that. Alright, so what I have here is a new carburetor. It's an OEM part. And 2 gaskets. Let's take the breather cap off. Take a look at what's in there. Alright, let's take off the air filter, the wing nut. Kind of comes off. Not sure how it comes off. There it goes. Just keep looking at what's in there. Screw in there. This doesn't look too bad. I can actually clean the foam on the outside, but the inside looks pretty good. Alright, next we're going to need a Phillips head screwdriver. There's 2 screws in the top of this. I'm going to take off. These 2. I'm going to get my If you don't have one of these, you should probably get one. They're magnetic. It's good to put your screws, stuff right in it. They won't fall out. Keep up with the stuff here. There's 2 bolts in the front that we're going to take off. Nuts, actually. So that's the front housing. And make sure this pipe goes back on there and put it all back together. Lay that on top. Let's take a look at what we got here. So this is going to go on like this, exactly like the one that's on there now. Got this part goes on. That's your choke and your gas. Okay. So I'm going to take this gas line off first. I'm going to use a pair of vice grips to pinch this line off because gas is going to go all over the place once I do that. So I'm just going to pinch that off. We'll see if this works. Got a pair of pliers here. Try to get in there. These are actually too big. We got a pair of needle nose. Pinch that off. Slide that little bracket up. So I'm trying to get off of here. Put the camera down. See if you guys can see from this angle what I'm doing. See if I can get that to come up. Push these up a little higher, like that. Get this to come off. Don't want to go, does it? There it goes. There we go. Alright. This is the outer gasket. So take that off. Look at that, took the glove off. It looks pretty dirty. What else? Alright, so let's look at this for a minute. We've got a throttle piece here and that piece. Okay. So let's readjust these. Get these out of the way. Okay. Now I'll take a needle nose pliers, kind of take this little wire off. Let me look at it. Pretty sure it's kind of locked it. There it is. You got to push this throttle body to you to get that wire to come off the back side, so you can lift it up just like that. Let's take the spring out. Be very careful not to bend this too much. Okay. Now, the whole thing, I gotta take the gas line off. Let's see if this even works. It does not want to move. There it goes. Be very careful there. There you go. The vice grips worked. Alright, let's take this off. And on with the new one. I'll slide this one on. Well, first, take this gasket off. Paper gasket. Put another gasket on. Let's look at how it goes on here. So there's a little hole in the top left of this thing. I'm trying to match it and make sure the gasket matches. We do. Take that off, put the other one back on the same way it came off. Maybe. There it goes. Oh man, I'm just going to brush some of the stuff off. Be careful not to get anything in this channel in here, especially any dirt. Just if it looks clean, leave it alone. If not, you have to get in there and clean it. Pull this gas line out of the way. Slide this back. Just like that. Slide this back on. Hold that right there. There we go. So I'm going to connect the throttle on first, I believe. Yeah. This throttle cable. Push that in there. Okay. Gas line out of the way. Okay. Now I got to thread this little wire back in there. You guys can see that. Okay. Got some kids in the neighborhood running by. Alright, next one. Let's put the gas line back on. There it goes. I'm going to let the vice grips go. Put the clamp back on the pipe. And slide this down a little bit more. Make sure it's on there pretty good before I put that clamp back on. There we go. Bring that back down to where it was before. There we go. Now we're in business. Next, I'm gonna put the other gasket back on. The original came off like that. So let's get the new one out. This is the original, this is the new one. Slide that back on. Next we got to start putting the screws back together. Where's the housing? Right here. Okay. Looking at it. Okay, that looks good. Probably did not have to take this the air compressor air filter off. Probably did not have to do that. Gotta get the arms to come through. There it goes. All right. Next, put the screws back on, or nuts. Don't tighten them all the way yet, just get them pretty snug on each side so it goes on kind of equal, and then tighten each one up. You want that gasket on the inside, that's on the inside of this cover, to seat properly. Kind of feel it tighten up. There we go. Let's put the filter back on. Put that pipe back in there. Filter. There it goes. Get this out of the way. Swing that back on. Well, actually, before we do that, we got to put these screws back. Let's do that. Now we can put the air filter back on. Nut. You want this to be kind of snug. You don't want to tighten it super tight. This is kind of like a, I guess, cardboard type filter. So the more you tighten it, the more you can crush that inside there. I just want it pretty snug. Snap the top back on. There we go. Good to go. Now, get this out of the way. Let's see if it'll start. Turn the gas back on. It's got gas. Choke is open. Let's turn it on. It's on. Let's see what we get.